Welcome to High Global New Military Updates. This is where military developments, global strategy, and modern weapons power are updated with a deep and emotional personal perspective. Each video is a beat of the times where we analyze and reflect on power, war, and peace in a turbulent world. Ladies and gentlemen, don't take your eyes off the screen and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well as leave a comment below. Not afraid of any force, Japan, once a powerful nation in the world, can it return to its golden age? Through visits and lessons from the Italian and British Navy, Japan is gradually transforming the Izumo into a true aircraft carrier. The F-35B, symbol of the new generation of fighter jets, will become the trump card, opening the door for Japan to reaffirm its position as a maritime power. But is that enough when the US, China, and Russia have all entered the race in aircraft carrier technology and hypersonic missiles? According to U.S. West Defense News, officials from the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force visited the Italian Navy's aircraft carrier in August. During this visit, they consulted on how to deploy and operate F-35B fighters on aircraft carriers. Japan had previously ordered 42 F-35Bs, with the first expected to be delivered in 2025. Two Izumo-class destroyers, already under conversion, are likely to officially become full-fledged aircraft carriers. So what can Japan learn from the Italian Navy, and how will the Izumo complete its transformation? That is exactly what we will discuss today. As early as November 2018, then-Japanese Defense Minister Izunori Onodera publicly announced to the media that Japan was considering converting the Izumo-class helicopter destroyer into an aircraft carrier, while also purchasing 42 F-35Bs to equip the fleet. Japan carried out this process with remarkable efficiency. Within just 2 years, the Izumo-class ships, including the Izumo and Kaga, had begun the process of conversion into aircraft carriers through two main phases, from applying heat-resistant coatings on deck markings, changing the bow shape to a rectangle, to modifying the internal compartments. By April 2023, Japan's two Izumo-class ships had basically completed the conversion process, although some finishing work will continue until 2027. However, these details no longer prevent the takeoff and landing of F-35B aircraft. On the U.S. side, they also did not neglect the opportunity to support Japan, America's most important ally in the Western Pacific. Helping the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force enhance its combat capabilities aligns with the U.S.'s traditional policy of rebalancing the region. Even while the Izumo was still under conversion, in October 2021, U.S. forces stationed in Japan deployed two F-35B fighters from Marine Corps Squadron 242, based at Iwakuni, to perform 4 successful takeoffs and landings on the Izumo's deck. This helped Japan complete the tests of the F-35B's carrier operations. Through the actual operation of U.S. F-35Bs, whether short takeoff or vertical landing, the Izumo's deck withstood high temperatures and the intense exhaust flames of the jet engines. Although Japan acted quickly, the pace of achieving combat readiness with the F-35B was still slower than that of the Italian Navy. When Japan officially launched its F-35B procurement plan in 2018, the Italian Navy had already begun modernizing its Cavour carrier, and related work was completed by May 2020. In fact, recently the Italian Navy officially declared that its F-35B fleet had reached initial operational capability. Italy became one of the few countries in the world to operate fifth-generation fighters from an aircraft carrier, and the only EU nation to deploy the F-35B in its fleet. As of now, the Italian military has ordered 30 F-35Bs and 60 F-35As. The platform the Italian Navy relies on to develop its F-35B air wing is the Cavour carrier, with a full displacement of over 30,000 tons. This ship was built by the Fincantieri Company and officially entered service with the Italian Navy in 2008. The name Cavour may be unfamiliar to many, but it is the flagship, the symbol of Italian naval power. The ship is named after Count Cavour, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Italy in history, who ordered the creation of the Royal Italian Navy in 1861. In some respects, Cavour is considered the father of the Italian Navy, and to this day it remains a symbol of Italy's maritime strength. Although both the Cavour and the Izumo have a full displacement of about 30,000 tons, the difference lies in the fact that Cavour was designed from the start to operate fixed-wing aircraft. Therefore, the amount of modification work required to adapt the Cavour for F-35B operations was far less than what was needed for the Izumo. From an overall perspective, Italy